BananaTV.
So now that we know where our milk comes from, I think it's time we learn where our eggs come from. So there are two types of chickens, egg chickens and meat chickens. And today, we're going to talk about egg chickens. An egg-laying chicken begins her life in a hatchery. If she was male, she would have been born and killed on the same day. You see, because male chicks can't be eaten or lay eggs, they're worthless to the egg industry and disposed of like trash. Literally. The global egg industry destroys 6 billion newborn male chicks every year. If she's female, she's debeaked. But if she's lucky enough, she'll die from shock because of how painful it is, and avoid having to spend the rest of her life, which is only 72 weeks by the way, like this. These hens spend their life crammed up in battery cages, with a space smaller than a piece of paper. Oh yeah, and by the way, according to scientific studies, newborn chicks are more intelligent, alert, and aware of their environment than a human toddler.
But chickens lay eggs no matter what, so it's okay to eat them, right?
Wrong. In nature, wild hens only lay 10 to 15 eggs a year. But here, 250 to 300. That's 20 more times than normal. Humans mess with chickens' lighting and their food by starving them, all in the name of an extra laying cycle, which is great for them because they don't have to feed the chickens and they get more eggs. Imagine having your period all year long. Oh yeah, that's right. An egg is pretty much a hen's period. So you're eating a hen's period that comes out of the same hole that she poops and pees from.
Come on, one more push.
Yum! And these normally clean animals are forced to pee and shit on each other and themselves. Hundreds of millions of hens equals hundreds of millions of feces. Egg farms have one of the highest farm emission rates of ammonia gas, a serious environmental pollutant linked to acid rain. And I'm not even going to get into the other environmental factors involved because then we'd be here forever. And if the mistreatment of these chickens aren't enough for you to stop eating eggs because you're a selfish piece of maybe this will. Eggs contribute to heart disease, the leading cause of death in America, cancer, diabetes, salmonella poisoning, and other chronic diseases, which is why the American Egg Board is not even allowed to refer to eggs as safe. That's right, not healthy, not nutritious, not a good source of protein, not anything. Why? Because they're not. Says who? The United States Department of Agriculture. Because of the amount of saturated fat and cholesterol, not even half an egg can be advertised as healthy for you. So all that talk about eggs being a health food that's floating around the internet, on bodybuilding, nutrition forums, sites, etc., it's a bunch of
oh shit.
Eating a single egg a day has the same health impact on your arteries as smoking 5 cigarettes a day for 15 years. One egg yolk contains 215 to 275 milligrams of cholesterol. That's more than a Hardee's Monster Thick Burger, which contains 2/3 of a pound of beef, 3 slices of cheese, and 4 strips of bacon. Any nutrient found in an egg can be found elsewhere, without the consequences to your health, the animals, and the planet. Cage-free or free range means shit all. All it is more marketing tricks. All cage-free means is not raised in a cage. So, you see, just like the dairy industry, the egg industry is a profit-driven business and has a whole lot of money to creatively convince people that they should eat more eggs. $10 million is put aside for the promotion of eggs alone. So after 72 weeks, the hens' bodies are exhausted and their egg production drops. So they're no longer considered profitable enough to keep alive. These spent hens are shipped to slaughterhouses, where their fragile legs are forced into shackles and their throats are cut. By the time they're sent to slaughterhouses, roughly 29% of the hens are suffering from broken bones resulting from rough treatment. Their emaciated bodies are so damaged that their flesh can generally only be used for chicken soup, companion animal food, or canned bone or diced meat, much of which goes to the national school program. So what came first, the chicken or the egg? Apparently, we do. When we think of dairy cows, we like to imagine cows roaming around on green pastures. But let me tell you a story about where your milk actually comes from. So once upon a time, just a few minutes ago, there was a male cow, a female cow, and a human.